Carmen, and today we have a reading for you about somebody who is doing everything they can to interrupt your peace. It looks like you have blocked this individual or decided that your friendship or relationship is over, and you've been able to focus your energy on things that are more important to you instead of like dealing with arguments that seem to go in circles and create no sort of change or movement forward. The person that you have blocked or walked away from is someone who is known for being a bit over the top. This would be probably the loudest person at the party or the person most likely to cry if something doesn't go their way. Regulating their emotions is something this person struggles with, and they're trying to get that to be something that you deal with. Or, in other words, they're trying to find a way to get you to be overly emotional or overly angry. Hello, Key Controller. Hello, April. Hello, Grindheart. Hello. Oh, I already got you, Grindheart. Or Key Controller. All right, let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope y'all are enjoying your weekend. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box for you, as is more information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. Hello, Rachel. How we doing? Let's see. What else do we need? I think we need to go with... Let's see. This would be the Cat's Eye Tarot. What else do we have? But I feel like you're able to avoid whatever this person's trying to use to upset you. Yeah, see, you're coming through as the King of Cups. It doesn't matter what your gender is. The King of Cups is about your being able to remain a little bit poker-faced or unbothered when someone is trying everything they can to get you to overreact or say something. We have the Two of Cups. This is a person that you used to be close to or someone who was in your inner circle. But because of an argument that could not be resolved, the two of you have parted ways, and this is somebody who is hoping to make you jealous or hoping to make you angry, hoping to make you miss them. They might be just kind of like throwing stuff at the wall to see if they can get anything to happen, right? I'm doing well, thank you, Rachel. I hope you have some good weather. Oops. We've got the Chariot in the reverse and Death. So because you were unwilling to deal with this person's inability to treat you with respect or manage their relationships maturely, I do think that you were able to come to that decision relatively quickly. Maybe so quick that it made this person's head spin, but it could also have been that this was someone you put up with for a long time and then something just made you finally decide that you needed to choose yourself. The Ace of Cups, we can have some sort of love offer. It's the easiest interpretation of the Ace of Cups. But that Ace of Cups can also be talking about the fact that when you have respect for yourself, you don't sit around and let people mistreat you. When you have this love and appreciation and awareness of your value, you're not going to hang out with somebody who just likes to pick fights with you or try to make you jealous or try to make you feel small, right? What else do we have? Four of Cups. So, yeah, that's rejection. Even if you had had quite a history with this person, even if you'd been dating for years or you met when you were kids, this way that they responded to you or the way that they treated you, the unwillingness to repair whatever this argument was where they went overboard, it didn't stop you from choosing what you needed to, which is to walk away. Knight of Swords in the reverse. They tried to say that they just said something in anger. They didn't really mean it. But I don't feel like there was an actual apology or a desire to repair through like accountability, right? Oh, I shouldn't have said that, or, you know, here's what I was really going through, or here's what I really feel about you. No, there's this like secrecy or this desire to kind of keep somebody at a distance. And I feel like this is also somebody who was unwilling to admit that they had done something. Because we have the Hierophant in the reverse, yes, it could refer to this relationship itself kind of eroding or ending because of this person's actions. But I feel like the Hierophant in the reverse is more so communicating that we had somebody here who was unwilling to abide by general etiquette or, you know, the rules that most people think are acceptable in social situations. So this could be someone who thought it was cool to flirt with your best friend. This could be somebody who was your best friend who decided to date all your exes. There's something here about the competition or the jealousy element that seems to have been at the core of why we argued, right? What happened in between these two people? They did something and they knew it was going to be hurtful. And then when you got mad at them, they felt like that was you being inappropriate. But I'm pretty sure that is what they were hoping for. They wanted you to be upset. They wanted you to feel like you didn't get what you wanted or feel like you couldn't trust this person. So they wanted to cause you frustration or hurt, maybe even like humiliation. But they don't want to admit to it. They don't want to talk about that. It's like they're just avoiding it. Hello, Ma. How you doing? Hello, Lydia. How are you doing? Hello, Auntie. Oh, I'm glad it's resonating. Although I wish you weren't dealing with someone that goes off the handle like this. We've got Judgment. Again, you make the decision here to walk away. You see what this person's doing or how they're acting, and it's not something that you want to deal with. Maybe they've changed, maybe you've changed, maybe both. But no matter the amount of time that you have been in each other's lives, you feel like you're not asking for very much if you just want this person to be respectful. Or, you know, if you would get upset if I did that to you, then why are you okay with doing that to me, right? Hello, Ayush. Hello, Ratish. Hello, Straight. What's up? No, thank you. Hello, Zats. How you doing? We have the Two of Swords and the Three of Swords. I'm telling you, this person was at the moment of decision. Should I do this or should I not? And they knew if I choose to do this, I'm going to hurt that person. And their decision was to, in fact, go ahead and do that thing. You know what it is. You know what you argued about. And it could have been more than one thing. But they knew what they were doing. Oh, thank you, Grindheart. Did Micah smile when I called her at work? And, oh, today at 1 p.m. And why do I focus the energy? Ah, your questions. And was that from her now? Okay. And is she talking about me now? I got you, Grindhard. Thank you for the tip. And hello, Solomon. How are you doing? Hello, Sarah. How are you? Hello, Anthony. Congratulations on your anniversary. That's not what my channel's about, though. I'm just here for the tarot reading. Hello, Miracle. How are you doing? Hello, Sean. I think whenever you have an opportunity to be charitable or help others around you, you know, within reason, right? You still got to be able to eat, pay your bills, whatever. Then yes, you should. Ooh, Lord, April. Yes. Walking away seems like the right call. Hello, George. Hello, Brandon. How are you doing? What else do we have? Four of Wands. Targeting your relationships. Your close relationships. This would be like, you know, your best friend for 15 years decides to tell your partner that they're worried you might be cheating even though you're not. Or that they're worried you have a problem with something that you don't. This is someone who's like getting other individuals involved and trying to make it seem like you have this issue. King of Wands in the reverse, King of Cups, there you are, and the Devil. Yeah, so the angry person, King of Wands in the reverse, is trying to say that you, emotionally stable individual, have a problem and that you've hidden it from people, right? Because we had the Moon. And basically arguing, none of you actually really know this person because you don't know this secret about them, but when they're not eating enough Twizzlers in a day, they get really angry and they get really big and green. Whatever ridiculous story they're making up, it is intended to make it sound like you caused the argument as opposed to their actions or their words causing the argument. This could also be somebody who's trying to compete with you romantically and therefore talking negatively about you because they want your person or a person you both like to choose them. But the problem is it doesn't seem like you're very bothered by it. You're not giving the reaction that they wanted you to have. They wanted you to be angry, and instead you're just kind of like, I mean, that's not true, but okay. So how about that local sports team? Thank you, Sats. Is Mr. DL thinking about me today? And is he going to suggest meeting again soon? And how does he see me? And is it wise to continue seeing him? I got that written down. Thank you for your tip. I appreciate it. Hello, Laura. How are you doing? Good. I'm glad. Yeah, we don't do that here. All right, actually, let's get an oracle deck, shall we? This is the Truth Is. So perhaps we'll get some confirmation here that we have someone who is jealous or someone who is trying to seduce another person. We've got slow down. Rushing will ruin this connection. And ex-partner, not completely over a past relationship. All right, so this is becoming a bit clearer. So we have someone here who is trying to make you jealous, trying to make you upset because clearly they're not over you. They don't want you to move on. So this ex-partner would be the person who is doing a little too much, the King of Wands here, who is trying to say some not so nice things about you. This person may know that you are in a relationship or pursuing someone else. This could also be the ex-partner of a person who's interested in pursuing you or being pursued by you. But we have someone who's mad that their ex is moving on after they were non-committal. So the ex who is starting a new relationship has moved on because it's like, well, if you're not going to commit to me, then what am I doing here? I would much rather see how things are going to go with a new person who's actually interested in the same type of relationship, right? Hey, Max, how are you doing? Thank you for the tip. What can I expect from now to New Year? Now to... I should probably make sure I know. Okay. Perfect. I got that added. Thank you, Megs. I think you've been here before, but just in case there's anyone out there that doesn't know, I start the personal questions at about 30 or 35 minutes in after we complete the general reading. Right now we've got Grind Hard and then Zets and then Megs. Hello, Steven. How are you doing? We have cycle of high and low emotions with no resolve. This is why the person who was non-committal is feeling left out and is feeling like they need to cause some problems because they were not actually approaching whichever relationship this is with good intentions. This could be about friendship, but I feel like at least one of these connections is a romantic connection, and jealousy is absolutely a factor here. Either because, excuse me, either because somebody was jealous of what was going well for you, or because the intent in their actions is, I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna watch you, because I want you to be mad about it, you know? Oh, I'm so sorry that happened to you. I hope you're able to get that back. Hey, see, we don't disagree. I'm just going to ask you to be tolerant of other perspectives, okay? Hello, how do I know? Shantanu? I don't know if I said that right, but I'm trying. Hello, AK, how are you doing? 8 of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. So you've come through as the King of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. This is why we don't pay too close attention to gender in tarot. This is energy that I'm reading, not physicality, but you have this reliable and attractive energy. Maybe reliable sounds boring to you, but it means that you are somebody that can be counted on, someone who has your back, someone who's going to be honest. And there's a person trying to manipulate you out of that energy and get you into some sort of irritable or angry energy. Thank you, Lydia. Coogan's feelings. And thoughts. And does he like me? When will he ask me out? And our near future. Will he invest in this relationship? And his worries. Will he commit? All right, I've got that for you. Thank you, Lydia. Yes, honest does go a long way. I agree. Hello, outside hiker. Does that say, do you like dinosaurs? What if I told you one of my favorite insults is you look like you still wear dinosaur underwear? Sorry. No, I do like dinosaurs, but interesting question. Hello, Robert. Interesting question. Interesting question. Is it a turtle? You guys, am I blind? I can't tell. I have to, like, it's the tiniest on my screen, you guys. If I was working with a laptop, this would be easy. But honestly, if it's an animal, I probably like it. I'm not gonna say that I love, you know, rodents and bugs. But like, there's something awesome about all the animals and what they bring, right? Except for probably like hyenas. They seem pretty rude. Always laughing at people, you know? We got Strength and the Four of Swords in the reverse. This is you, cool, calm, and collected, unbothered. Maybe you got a better outfit than that. Maybe your hair looks, you know, a little bit more modern. But you look good. You look like you're not stressed out, okay? And this other person over here is like, why aren't you mad? Why are you just like completely unbothered and not listening to me and nobody is letting me cause a scene? It's like you've somehow determined how to get a remote control that literally impacts the audio from other people talking to you in real life. And even though this person is like, ah, you just go, mute. Oh, sounds amazing. I don't know what you're saying. You can scream all day and I don't know what you're saying. This person is not impacting you, not getting you to be jealous, not getting you to be starting a fight or, you know, talking negatively. And it's probably happening on social media. It could be in person, right? Especially if y'all like work together or live in the near vicinity. But I do think that this is whatever I can do, I'm trying to do to get you to be upset. But because you know that I'm trying to get your, I don't know, anger out and use that against you, it's like it makes it that much easier for you to choose to not engage. I've blocked you on all social media platforms, blocked your number, and you don't have a way to, like, I don't know, get into my apartment building or whatever it is. This person just cannot affect you. They keep trying. Five of Swords in the reverse. Death in the reverse and the Devil. Hello, Christina. Hello, Matthew. Hello, Capo. So the thing is, I don't think they're going to be able to get their person back, or I don't think they're going to be able to compete with you romantically. It just boils down to you have emotional maturity. You've come through as the King of Cups, someone who has a good grasp on not losing their temper and knowing how to communicate in a way that is clear, not willing to play games with somebody. So this person's kind of obsessed with trying to get you to lash out or stoop to their level, and they're running out of ideas. They don't know what else they could do to potentially get you mad. I don't get it. I've insulted this person 137 times, and not one time have they responded on my post. Am I not funny? Am I not mean enough? Have I lost my touch? This person's so confused. They're like, anybody else would have been mad at me at this point. How are you just over there, like, fine? What are you listening to? What kind of, like, real kumbaya music you got over there that means you don't want to, like, fight anybody? This is the Fairy Godmother Oracle. Yes, this is someone who feels rejected, and they would like to rain on everybody else's parade. They would like to make you unhappy, and you're not willing to stoop to their level. You're still just doing whatever you need to do. You're a kind individual. That doesn't mean that you can't tell somebody what's wrong, or that, you know, you're not interested in a friendship or a relationship. You're wise enough to see that interacting with this individual when their goal is to argue or cause you pain is not going to benefit anybody. The best thing is just that radio silence, because then they don't get that satisfaction of getting under your skin. So, this is a Gamer's Ways. Aw, that's nice of you. Hello, Shafreet, how are you doing? Ooh. We have fast travel. We don't always have time to stop and play around in photo mode. Some things require swift action. There might be a mission timer, or you just need to hit the hay. Whatever the reason, it's happening with a quickness. All right, so maybe we've gotten to a little bit of a desperate level here, and someone's thinking they need to do something. Like if we were to compare this action to the sauces on Hot Ones, it would be, you know, the seventh one. I think maybe YouTube gets mad if I say that. You know, the word that starts with B and ends with another B. The worst sauce on that show, by all accounts, is the seventh one and starts with duh. Anyways, it kind of feels like this is a person who's just like, all right, I guess I have to use everything I've got. I've got to find another way to get you upset, and the only thing I can think of is ruining another relationship of yours. When we're young, we take for granted the XP gained from many small battles. We flee from conflict and monotony alike, inevitably resulting in a level so low that it halts our ability to progress our story. Then we learn some growth requires starting over. So whether it's trying to get your relationship to head into a breakup, or whether this is somebody who is literally trying to steal you or your person, or make it seem like you have interest in someone else, they're trying to get there to be some sort of breakup or dissolution of this relationship that's important to you. It could even be an old best friend of yours who's upset that you have a new best friend. But there's information that you have on this person's tactics because you've been around them for a long time. Whether you dated them or whether you were best friends, you know how they go after people. So I feel like you're able to leverage that in how you keep a silent wall up around you, knowing that they take whatever they can and manipulate that information or whatever you said. So we have prequel. This quest is bringing up something hidden deep in your memory. It may be from an old game or even from a console generations before your time. But something about it reminds you of home. So you realize you know this person so well that you know most of their tactics. You know what they're probably planning. You know who they've upset in the past. And this comes in handy, knowing your enemy, right? The cleric is a healer who taps into the energy of spirit guides and angels. So engaged with spirit, they're often perceived to be aloof by the others. Having a cleric in your party grants divine favor. So the cleric is about knowing things, right? And we had wisdom. You know this person, you know what they could potentially do. Shoot, it kind of feels like some of you are just kind of like, you know what? The last time this person got out of control, I just like called up their mom and told them what they were getting into. And then because her mom loves me, you know, things got straightened out. It literally could be, I'm just going to call your mom on you, and that'll put an end to it. But we have someone who feels like they can effect a little bit of change here. Oh, that's so sweet of you. Thank you, Grindhard. Eugene wants to know about his love life. All right, I've added that, and I think I'm going to start on those personal questions now. And we've got Grindhard up first, then Zat's, then Meg's, and then Lydia, and then Eugene's question, sponsored by Grindhard. Thank you. Let's start with the Tarot of the Cat people. Hey, Third Eye, how are you doing? Hello, Ben. What's up? All right, so for Grindhard, did Micah smile when Grindhard called her at work today around 1 p.m.? Looks like we have somebody who was a little bit stressed, but you did calm down her anxiety or stress. And then we have the Sun. So initially, probably not, but you calmed down the anxiety that she was dealing with. And then with the Sun, I do see a smile. I do see somebody feeling at least calmer, if not happier. And why does Grindhard feel kissy energy right now? Why does he feel that? Tower in the reverse and the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. It feels to me like because there's someone who's thinking about time with you, presumably Micah, right? With the Tower in the reverse, it's like, when is this going to happen? When are we actually going to, like, do some of the things that we've been planning on, right? Is she talking about Grindhard right now? Yes. We've got the Two of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, and Strength. I feel like she's talking about the fact that there are things that she's learned about you where you've been able to walk away from challenges and learn your lesson, and she's impressed with that. There's something here about your maturity that she's talking about. So I don't know if you recently shared a story or if she just like saw how you handled something that was difficult and felt like this demonstrated that you are much more mature than perhaps some of the other people that she's dealt with. Let's see. Let me grab a different tarot deck. So we've got Zat's up next. Is Mr. DL thinking about me today? Is Mr. DL thinking about me today? Yes. Four of Pentacles and the Emperor, which is also a number 4, by the way. The Tower and the World in the reverse. Thinking about you and also some risk. Why the World in the reverse? Worrying about whether or not something should be ended or is going to cause a problem. Page of Wands in the reverse, Fool in the reverse. I think Mr. DL is thinking that he may have been a little bit foolish. Is he going to suggest meeting again soon? No. There's fear or concern over hurting your feelings or hurting someone else's feelings. I don't feel like this is fear for his own heartache. Knight of Wands, Five of Cups in the reverse. I feel like this is someone who's looking at your connection as kind of like a lighthearted, not long-term connection. How does he see that? Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, Three of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords. I don't really like this. This is someone who's looking at the connection with you as something that works for a little while, but there's no emotion here. With the Page of Swords, it's like trying to figure out how to communicate something, and the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse is like, I don't know that I could really offer anything long term. It feels like it would just need to be a short-term thing. Is it wise to continue to see him? Five of Swords. Chariot, Two of Swords, Page of Cups. It depends on your expectations, I suppose, because if you are not interested in a long-term connection, then this could be something that is kind of rejuvenating or refreshing. But with the Five of Swords and the Chariot, it does feel to me like this is going to be one of those things where you struggle to put the right amount invested into this connection because the other person isn't really looking to put very much into it at all. So this is like, don't offer very much. Don't expect very much. And then, sure. But if you have expectations, if you want something long-term, if you want feelings from this person, then walk away now. Walk away before it gets to that point, because this is not somebody who has much to offer in that way. Hold, please. Okay, I did get that. Thank you, Grindhard. Who is the most ready to meet me? Wifey versus fam? Okay. Most ready to meet me. Micah or fam? I got that for you. Thank you, Grindhard. So Zats, I trust in your intuition. It will guide you, but remember that you deserve to be treated with respect and spoken to honestly. We've got Meg's next on the list. What can I expect from now until the new year? For the rest of the year, what can Megs expect? Hello, Rima. How are you doing? Hello. I don't know what to call you. Lynch. Did I say that right? Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Eight of Cups. Honestly, it feels like a fairly quiet, I don't know if I want to say stagnant, but just kind of like chill. Not unexpected energy or random people showing up. It just kind of feels like a quiet holiday season. We have the Sun and the Nine of Wands. There's something here that makes you quite happy. What is this Nine of Wands? This is someone who speaks the truth. Maybe it's just someone who compliments you. I feel like you might be surprised by a stranger or someone that you didn't think had any attraction to you, paying you a really sweet compliment. Not just like, hey, your body looks banging, you know, like more perhaps about your character or your physical attraction, being on par with the ability to captivate people with your curiosity or your intelligence. There's someone here who's attracted to you at a deep level, and I feel like they're gonna pay you maybe one of the best compliments that you've gotten in a long time. So I like that for you. All right, let's see what we've got for Lydia. We've got, this is the Morgan Greer, by the way. Hello, Rena, how are you doing? Hello, Charlie. Oh, that's so sweet. Hey, Anne, how are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. Hello, Jeff. Hello, Santiago. All right, so for Lydia, we have, what are Coogan's feelings and thoughts? What are Coogan's feelings and thoughts about Lydia? We have Death, Five of Cups in the reverse, Hanged Man, Magician, and the Ten of Wands. This is somebody who seems to be very focused or concerned about an ending happening. Is this something that, no, this is considered a loss. So this could be, you know, a job loss. This could be somebody from the family cutting this person off, or this could be about you, right? But this is a sense of loss that someone is feeling like they need to address, needs to like take action on. I feel like this is someone who is concerned that if they don't apologize soon, they will miss out on what they're meant to have with you. Does Coogan like Lydia? Oh, really? You make this person feel uncomfortable. Knight of Wands in the reverse, the Nine of Swords, and the Knight of Cups in the reverse. This person afraid of emotions? Okay. You make them uncomfortable because they have emotions. Does that mean that he likes you? I mean, yeah, but if he doesn't want to accept it or wants to pretend that it's not a thing, right? When will he ask out Lydia? I don't know if he's got... I don't know if that's going to happen. This person seems very uncomfortable with feelings. Tower in the reverse, Seven of Cups. No, this is somebody who wants to keep feelings like out of the picture. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to deal with it. What about in the near future? What happens in this connection? Someone's walking away. I feel like it's Coogan. Six of Wands in the reverse, Five of Swords in the reverse. This is someone who feels like I have to walk away before you walk away from me, before you realize that I'm really not that great. Or before you make me want something. This person's terrified. Yeah, Temperance and the Lovers in the reverse. You're exactly what I want, which is why I can't pursue anything with you. What? So there's some perceived obstacle here or some need to protect Coogan's heart. So this is someone who feels like they need to walk away. Will this person invest in the relationship? No, they're scared. Overly independent because they feel like that protects themselves or protects their emotions. What are his worries or concerns? Love. For most people, this is like what you want. This is what you're looking for. And for them, this is like, no, please, I don't want that. Will he commit? No. This person likes to create barriers, likes to create perhaps even arguments to keep people at a distance. I don't want to have these emotions. I don't want to fall in love. You might be exactly what I want in a person, but I can't admit that to myself because you might eventually leave me or you might eventually hurt me. That's really unfortunate. This is someone who needs to go through some healing, and then if they're able to achieve, forgiveness or letting go of whatever this is, then they might be able to. Do they have feelings for you? Yeah, I don't think they're going to admit to it. Hello, Queen Bee. How are you doing? So, Lydia, remember that you are amazing and you deserve somebody who is willing to face those emotions for you, okay? Let me just ask real quick. Is there anybody else who is interested in Lydia? You know, like emotionally mature? Indeed, Lydia. We have the Five of Wands, which talks about competition. There's someone out here like wondering what you're going to do because they want a long-term relationship with you. And they see you putting in work with somebody else, or they're wondering if you would be willing to put in the effort on them. So there's somebody else here. All right. Oh, have a good one, April. We've got Grindhard was kind enough to donate a reading for Eugene. Eugene wants to know about love life. What do we have for Eugene and Eugene's love life? What does Eugene need to know about love life, please? Eight of Swords. Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Devil in the reverse. Eugene, there's someone in your inner circle or someone that maybe impacted how you view love or romance, that may have been a little bit unfair or unrealistic or unyielding. There's something here that needs to be like edited as far as your perspective on that. This is like whether or not it's a bad thing for men to cry or whether or not you should ever say you're sorry. There's something here that needs to adjust, and I feel like you're on the cusp of that because we do have the Seven of Pentacles. You've already been working to edit this perception or this structure in your mind. Thank you, Anne. Did Cody and I start talking? Because KB gave him my info? And does Cody tell them things? Ooh, this is a good question. We gotta know who's talking behind our back, right? Tell them things. All right, I've got that added. Thank you, Anne. So Eugene, it does feel like there is opportunity here and you are becoming better equipped to go full force with these. But what is perhaps needed more or could be like the next chapter would be confidence. I would prescribe for you spending some time with hobbies or activities that help you to build your confidence. For example, boxing or, I don't know, art of some sort, music. There's something here that is, I think, already in your mind, and it helps you to feel more confident about yourself. And I feel like that is going to be something that people start to like see about you, and then they get interested in you, right? I hope that helps. Hello, Sarah. Thank you for the tip. Let me know if you've got a question, please. Yeah, no need to be fighting. Let's see. Grindhard also asked, who is the most ready to meet me, Micah or family? Is it Micah? Yes, and it's the Three of Cups, which would be like a meeting or a date kind of energy. I do feel like this is saying, you know, let's make sure that it's one-on-one. But with the High Priestess, I'm also kind of wondering if this is like secrecy. We have Tower in the reverse. Okay, so there could be some changes in Micah's mind as far as like what the preferences would be for the circumstances where you see each other or what you do, whether it's like a weekend or whatever, right? So yeah, maybe just like talk to her about how she sees that going or what she would want it to be like, right? What are the cards saying? Let me write that down. What are the cards saying about my point of interest? Point of interest, okay. And been in silence for a bit, but still connected by energy. Sounds no contact, okay. I've got that for you, Sarah. Thank you for the tip. Grindhard, thank you for being you. You know we're rooting for you. And we've got Anne up next. Did Cody and I start talking because KB gave him my info? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. You are correct. King of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's something strange here. I don't really like it. Like somebody is... Oh, God, how would I... I'm trying to think of an appropriate way to say this, and I'm sorry if this is offensive, Anne. Okay, so there's like an inappropriate name for the chair that you most likely find in a hotel room that is watching the bed. I hope this is translating for you. Okay, it's a little bit weird, but that's what I'm seeing with this King of Cups in the reverse. It's like somebody who's sitting in that chair. No, I don't actually know if you two would be okay with it. It sounds a lot like the F word, but it starts with a different letter. I hope that helps. This is somebody who is like watching other people. Does that make sense? Yeah, I don't like it. Does Cody tell them things? Yes. Six of Pentacles, Temperance in the reverse. This is somebody who enjoys discord or drama. Like, oh, I'm gonna like have fun with this. Two of Wands and the Two of Swords. I feel like there's two major things that have been communicated that should not have been. Two of Wands, Two of Swords. Hey, Martin, how are you doing? Martin, how are you doing? There's an investment you want to do tomorrow. Will it be good for me in my future? Will the investment that Martin wants to do tomorrow be good for Martin and Martin's future? Yes. We have the moon. I do feel like there are some not known details or some risk, right? But there's probably always risk when we're talking about investment. But I feel like this unknown detail works in your favor. Hierophant in the reverse. This is something that is unpredictable, the investment, but in a good way. It doesn't follow the rules, perhaps. Ten of Wands in the reverse. Why this? There's instability in something else that works to your benefit with this investment. So it could be like a competitor who's not doing very well. So that might mean your stock purchase or your investment or whatever multiplies as a result. Because the Five of Swords in the reverse, this is like making me feel like there's nobody who can really benefit from this except for this thing you're investing in. Not just you're going to be the only person who benefit from it. There will be other people that benefit as well. But that purchase or that investment benefits from somebody else not being able to hack it. All right. I'm going to leave it there. Wait. I still have Sarah's. Hold on. I skipped Sarah. What do the cards say about my points of interest? What do the cards say about Sarah's point of interest, please? The Sun, the Seven of Wands in the reverse, Six of Cups, the Tower, and Judgment. There's been something shocking that has come to light or people are aware of that were not previously aware. This feels like a connection or a relationship that has already happened. Could be like a text message was found or a piece of jewelry or, you know, someone's journal. But we have the King of Wands and the Seven of Cups in the reverse. So, yeah, I mean, I think we have someone who feels like there's a lot of upheaval or change going on in their life because they are not able to keep a secret or something has been discovered that they were trying to keep hidden. Four of Pentacles in the reverse. So there are consequences now that this information has come out. Hello, Sayur. How are you doing? All right. And the Three of Swords, Ten of Swords in the reverse. So this previous mistake or poor judgment call. It's taken a while, but it has had a ripple effect, or it has had some consequences that were delayed, right? But this King of Wands now is exposed and people see what was happening. So there could be some friendships that are ending or some relationships that are ending. This King of Wands is a little bit under fire, right? Hello, Yaki. How are you doing? All right, that was my whole list. I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And thank you for the likes, subscribes, and hyping if you're able to. And I'll see you on the next reading. Doodles.